Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you what are turnkey properties, turnkey real estate properties, where to find them, and what are some things you should know about them if you're going to get into the turnkey real estate business, or if you're going to buy some of these properties for your rental portfolio. My name is Raul Balufe, and I help everyday people get into the real estate game, whether it's get that first deal or get that next deal, all off market, all online. So what I'm going to share with you is the turnkey real estate game. And it's a pretty fascinating industry. And what turnkey real estate is just like what the name is. You buy a property that is already fixed up, already rented, and sometimes already managed. Okay, that management part depends on the company. Basically, you're buying a property that's turnkey and already producing income. It's like you're buying a business that's already producing, already cash flowing. There's a lot of pros and cons to this, okay? And it's a huge market, huge industry, and there's nothing wrong with it. I actually have many friends that do it, and one of my mentors, they have one of the largest turnkey companies, and it's valued over $100 million, and they help a ton of people get financially free in the real estate game. So it's actually really cool. Now, what are a few things you need to know when buying a turnkey property? When buying a turnkey property, I'm kind of going to list some pros and cons so you can understand the way you can think about it and see if it's right for your formula or your portfolio. So to buy a turnkey property means that someone went out and did the work for you, right? Someone found the house, someone bought it with money, whether it's their own or somebody else's. Someone fixed it up. And when I say someone, it could be a company as well, but someone fixed it up. Someone put it on the market for rent. Someone rented it. Someone collected the security deposit. And then someone sold it to you. Now, if you understand a little bit about investing and what value creation is, or value investing, in real estate, what value investing or value creation means is you buy a property and you add value to it. How do you add value? You fix it up. You rent it for higher than it was rented before, or you rent it if the house was vacant. You lease it, you add square footage to it. You can do many things. That's adding value. Finding an off-market deal for a discounted price is adding value already, because you're bringing a property out of the non-market into the investing world, right? Somebody says they want to sell, but it's not on the market. You go out there, get it under contract at a cheap price. You just added value to the investing world, to the neighborhood, to the buyer, okay? So what happens when you buy a turnkey property, and the only downside of it that I can see is you can't capture any of the value because someone has to capture that value. So let's just do a simple example. Let's say, I know there's a lot of turnkey providers in Ohio, okay? Because Ohio, you can still find really cheap properties, Birmingham, Alabama, things like this. So let's say we buy a property in Ohio for $50,000. Let's say you buy it for $50,000. You have to fix it up and you put $20,000 into it. That's $70,000. You had to come up with the cash yourself or get someone to lend you the money or something, right? You need the cash somehow. So let's say you found the $70,000, you put it in, you hired the contractors, you supervised the work, you fixed it up. Let's say when we bought this house at $50,000, it's worth $120,000, all fixed up. So you put $20,000. Now it's time to put it on the market for rent. You find a tenant for $1,000 a month. You screen the tenant. You do all the paperwork. You lease it. So now you're into this property for $70,000 a month, $70,000, and it's worth $120,000. So what turnkey providers do is that they'll sell it to me, for example. Let's say I want a turnkey property. They'll sell it to me for $120,000, and they'll make the profit. And honestly, if you did all that work, you deserve the profit. You found the freaking house, you fixed it up, you took the time, you found the money, you leased it, you signed the paperwork, you did all the stuff, then you found me as a buyer, and then you sold it. So you need to make a profit. But now, what does that mean for me if I'm the turnkey guy, if I'm the turnkey buyer? That means that I don't really have much upside. My upside is the cash flow, which that's the game of turnkey. I put $120,000 from my bank account that I've worked for, maybe in a corporate job or my own business. I have money stashed and I want to get into real estate, but I don't have the time to do everything you just did for that Ohio house. Now, what does this mean? I put the $120,000, it's rented for $1,000 a month, and I don't really have to do anything. Unless I want to self-manage it. Most turnkey providers, there's turnkey providers. Most turnkey companies, they typically offer management. If not, they have recommendations for you to talk to people so they can manage the properties for you. Management just means collecting rent, taking phone calls from tenants, fixing, maintenance, paying taxes, things like that, paying insurance. So what does that mean for you? That means that if you really want to take I just want to invest my cash and do nothing approach, turnkey is for you. If you're a hustler, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's many people that benefit from turnkey. I invest in turnkey. I don't invest in turnkey real estate. I'm in the real estate business, but I invest in other turnkey investments, basically. Other things that people make money off of me, but I just put my money there and let it run. And I don't care if people make money because I just don't know that business. I don't want to work in it. That's okay. If that's you for real estate, then looking into turnkey real estate might be good for you. If you're more on the hustle side, you have some time, you don't have all the money in the world, you really want to just learn the game, you like it, then turnkey is not for you. Turnkey will suck the equity out of the property and it'll suck all the upside. However, the beautiful thing is turnkey, you have to do zero. You spend very little time, zero or close to zero time. If you want to build the value and be the $50,000 guy, like let's say in the Ohio example, you are the person on the ground. That means that you needed to find the house. You need to spend time and money doing that. You need to fund the house, buy it. You needed to find the handyman or the contractors. So all this is time and money, okay? So yes, the turnkey guy doesn't get the upside. You get the upside, but you got to work for it. It's not free. And a lot of people have this misconception about real estate that, oh, you just buy a house and you list it, or you just paint, lipstick on a pig and you flip it and you can make $100,000. It's not true. Is it possible? 1 in a million, not common. So turnkey real estate can be really good if you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, maybe you're busy in the corporate job, you're high up there, or maybe you just stashed a bunch of cash. Maybe, your family handed you down some money on a trust fund and you want to get in the game, you want to own rental properties, but you don't really want to do much, right? The good thing about the turnkey is you get the tax benefits when you own properties, right? So how do you find and buy turnkey properties? Let's say you want to do it. I'm going to go down two roads here. If you want to be a turnkey provider, meaning you want to buy it, renovate it, rent it, and then sell it and make the money, or if you want to just be the one that parks the money. So let's talk about being the one that just parks the money. If you're looking for turnkey providers, it's literally as simple as Googling, hey, come up with a state or wherever and just Google turnkey real estate providers in Ohio, in Florida, in Georgia, and you'll find a lot. You can find on podcasts such as Bigger Pockets or things like that. You can find turnkey providers pretty easily. And then I would just recommend interviewing at least 3 of them, talking to them, seeing their pro formas, seeing their numbers, maybe talking to some references, because you don't want to get in bed with a turnkey provider that doesn't know what they're doing, okay? And I don't really have any recommendations for you. I have some friends in the game, but I just rather you do your own research. I'm just here to share information with you. Now, let's say you want to be the one that you want to do all the work and profit from this. So I'm going to break it down into 3 steps of how to do that. Number 1, you got to find the market, find the right market for you. And if you want to be a turnkey provider, I'd really highly suggest you live in that market. So if you don't live there now, but you want to pick that market, you'd have to go live there. You could eventually move back to your hometown after you build a team of contractors and things, but it would be very challenging for you to do it all virtually. But anyways, pick a state, pick a county, pick an area where you want to do turnkey, right? There's Detroit, Ohio, there's Florida, North Carolina, there's Oklahoma City, there's Tulsa, Oklahoma. So there's so many places. The main thing is that you want to look for places that you can buy properties, purchase price, under $120,000. That's the main factor you want to do. Now, step number 2 is you need to figure out how to fund these deals, right? Very simple. How are you going to get the money to buy this? because when you sell it to the turnkey guy, it needs to be turnkey, right? You can't use his money to buy it and stuff. So you got to figure out private money lending, hard money lending, bank loans, lines of credits, your own cash, partners, JV partners, 50-50 partners, 70-30 partners, whatever. Figure that part out. So step number 1, find the state, find the area. Step number 2, find the funding source. And step number 3 is the management and repairs. So repairing the property and the management, I put it in the same category because it could be the same team. It could be the same team. It could be a property management company that you partner with, and they have all the contractors they repaired and rent it for you, and you give them a piece of the deal, or you give them a commission. It could be that, or it could be a repair guy, a contractor, and a property manager that you hire out. You could be the property manager until you get to about 20, 30 doors, and then you sub it out. So anyways, those are just some ideas of how to get there. But overall, turnkey real estate is just a simple way to get in the game. You buy a house that's already performing. And you could be on both sides of the coin. You could either be the purchaser, the one with the money that's just buying the house, letting it sit there, getting all the tax benefits, getting cash flow, getting some appreciation. Or you could be the one on the other side that is finding the deal, hustling, and making that $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per house doing that. So I hope this video helps. If I'd encourage you, please, it really helps me a ton. If you share this video with somebody who's maybe looking to buy a turnkey house and don't really know the right steps, maybe someone who's looking to get in the turnkey business, you can share this video. I'd really appreciate that. And if you want me to make videos about something specific, please put it on the comments and I'll be more than happy to do so. And like it and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.